Hello and welcome. This is me, your host Aditi Singh Roy, and you are watching EDM 24/7. We have news lined up from all around the globe and a very special panel discussion that you should not miss. So, without further ado, let's begin with the headlines.
Russian forces continue shelling in eastern Ukraine. US agrees to supply Ukraine with weapons. Pakistan Prime Minister ousted in no confidence vote. Kolkata Knight Riders is doing well in this edition of IPL, but Kolkata fans are missing on this magic. We'll bring a special report. Prime Minister Modi says COVID-19 is a Behrupia disease. Never know when it will resurface.
Moving ahead, let's start with our first international story. Russian forces continued shelling targets in eastern Ukraine on Sunday as Washington said it would meet Kiev's requests for more military aid by providing the weapons it needs to defend itself against Russia. Here are the details.
Russian forces continued shelling targets in eastern Ukraine on Sunday as Washington said it would meet Kiev's request for more military aid by providing the weapons it needs to defend itself against Russia. Russia has so far failed to take any major cities, but Ukraine says Russia has been gathering its forces in the east for a major assault and have urged people to flee. Since Russia invaded, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has pressed Western power for military hardware and support and to punish Moscow with tough sanctions.
And our goal from the outset has been to impose maximum pain on Russia while, to the best of our ability, shielding the United States and our partners of undue economic harm.
US National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan told ABC News, quote, "We are going to get Ukraine the weapons it needs to beat back the Russians to stop them from taking over cities and towns." Russia called its attack on Ukraine a special military operation and denies its soldiers have targeted civilians. Mounting civilian casualties have triggered widespread international condemnation and new sanctions. On Sunday, Jake Sullivan also said that he expects Russia's newly appointed general Alexander Devernovkov to authorize more brutality against Ukrainian civilians.
We have our correspondent Siddhant Shirsagar joined by Saurabh Biswas, who is a social activist. He will tell us how one in their own capacity can help the Ukrainians in this crisis from anywhere in the world. Over to you, Siddhant.
Thank you, Aditi. Today we will have with us Mr. Saurabh. Thank you, Mr. Saurabh, for joining with us. Can you tell us what is the most important thing one can do right now?
Well, one of the important things that we can do right now is to keep ourselves updated, and one of the best ways to do it is to go through the news informations that we get, but the authentic ones. So like Reuters would be a good channel where we can actually go and access some authentic news and know ourselves that what's happening. Then there is Instagram handles like @with Ukraine. So this gives us an idea about what's happening, and we'll also get to know the updated information about how the things are going. So yeah.
Many of them do not have a firm opinion about this crisis. Can you tell us what can they do?
Well, yes, we need to have a firm opinion, and one of the best ways would be to go through some documentaries and learn a bit more about things. There's one Netflix documentary called Winter on Fire, so that would be a good place to actually go and learn the history of Ukraine about why this war is going through. Then there are podcasts which we can use to there is a podcast, I think, how Russia uses misinformation as a tool for war. So yeah, those will be a good place to know, understand and form an opinion about this war.
Is there any other way one can provide aid to the Ukrainians?
Yes, there are ways. If we are financially capable enough, then there are channels, platforms where we can go and actually donate money. Like there is UNICEF Ukraine, there is KKR International. So these are the platforms where if we are financially capable, we can go and donate money. And also in any ways it is possible, like food, water. This ways we can actually go and help people who are facing the war for the reals. So yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Saurabh. This was really helpful. We can only hope that people do their bit on the humanitarian grounds. This is me, Siddhant, signing off with cameraman Piyush on EDM 24 News. Over to you, Srfti. Aditi.
Thank you, Siddharth. Hope the situation in Ukraine stabilizes soon. Now let's move on to our second international story. Moving forward, on Sunday, neighboring nation Pakistan's Prime Minister Imran Khan was ousted after losing a vote of confidence in the parliament. He becomes the first Pakistani PM to be ousted by a no confidence motion. Let's see a detailed report on this.
Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan on Sunday lost a vote of confidence in the lower house of Pakistan. With this, he had to resign from his post.
174 members have recorded their votes in favor of the resolution. Consequently, the resolution for vote of no confidence against Mr. Imran Khan, the Prime Minister of Islamic Republic of Pakistan, has been passed by a majority of the total membership of the National Assembly.
Khan was elected as Prime Minister of Pakistan in 2018. The joint opposition parties have blamed him for the country's crumbling economy and have accused him of failing to deliver on his campaign. Videos of corruption allegations against his cabinet ministers have also come in. The vote makes Mr. Khan the first Pakistani Prime Minister to be ousted by a no confidence motion. Imran Khan had claimed that the foreign power along with the opposition wants to remove him. The US said there is no truth in these allegations and Mr. Khan has never provided any evidence. Supporters of Khan's party PTI created ruckus in Pakistan. After the result, Shahbaz Sharif was nominated as Pakistan's prime ministerial candidate by the joint opposition.
So that is what's going on internationally. Moving forward, we have an interesting story from the field of cricket. But before that, we'll take a short commercial break. Stay tuned with EDM 24/7.
पान में पुदीना देगा नाक का नागिना देगा चिकनी चमेली देखी चिकना कमीना देगा चांदनी चिडर होके चीट किया तो सारे तारे बोले गिली गिली अक्खा
हाँ टाइम लगेगा चलेगा
लाइफ कटे मजे से जब म्यूजिक चले स्पॉटिफाई पे तो इंडिया स्पॉटिफाई सुनते जा
Welcome back. You are watching EDM 24/7. The festival of IPL has started and Kolkata Knight Rider is doing well for itself. Sadly, Kolkata fans are missing from the action as the matches aren't happening at the home ground of Eden Gardens. Our correspondent Prathamesh Nimonkar will bring a detailed report on the same.
The 15th edition of IPL has kick-started and the Kolkata Knight Riders are on a winning streak. They are giving their fans entertaining matches, but unfortunately, the die-hard cricket fans of Kolkata Knight Riders are unable to witness this magic at their beloved Eden Gardens. Let's hear from them and how they feel about this.
It's a big disappointment. We expect from the BCCI to give us few 4 or 5 matches, at least 4 or 5 matches.
होना चाहिए था क्योंकि 2 सिटी में हो रहा है अभी इंडिया में 2 सिटी में हो रहा है कलकत्ता में क्यों नहीं
यहाँ जब आईपीएल होता है एक अलग ही माहौल होता है उसमें तो उस माहौल में जो भी प्लेयर्स होते हैं हमारे स्पेशली जब डोमेस्टिक लीग भी चलता है तो उसमें एक एनकरेजमेंट मिलती है
When the pandemic started, it was tough.
खाली बिजनेस का लॉस नहीं है हम लोग ऐसा असर हुआ जो दिमाग में भी असर आ गया क्या बहुत सा लड़का लोग हम अकेला मेरा दुकान है मेरा कर्मचारी है 12 ठो उसका पूरा फैमिली को हमको चलाना पड़ता है पूरा 8 महीना वो लोग का बैठा बैठा हम खाना खिलाया तो तनख्वाह भी दिया उस टाइम में ऐसा सोच रहा था कि जीवन पूरा ही ख़त्म हो जाएगा क्या और कभी नहीं खोल सकेगा
आईपीएल यहाँ पर नहीं हो रहा है तो हम लोग का बिजनेस में बहुत इफेक्ट पड़ रहा है ठीक है सेलिंग वगैरह नहीं है कस्टमर नहीं है चल रहा है टूक टाक जैसे नहीं चलने का ही बात है
आईपीएल टीवी में देखने ज़्यादा मज़ा आता है कि स्टेडियम में ईडन गार्डन्स में
ईडन गार्डन से बहुत मजा आता है टीवी में देखने में तो पता नहीं चलता है
Especially all the locals in Kolkata, they get chance to go and practice with the international players and all.
You can see that though there is no matches, international matches or IPL, still the stadium is properly upgraded.
We had requested our honorary president, ourselves, we office bearers, we all requested Mr. Srfti, the BCCI president, to allocate a match here. And in all probability, we'll have 2 matches. In all probability.
आईपीएल होगा तो जर्सी बिकेगा उसका बैच बिकेगा उसका उत्तरीय बिकेगा सब कुछ बिकेगा
If the board permits, we are ready to take charge of this match.
कर बोलो जीत बोरे
As we heard from the authorities, there's a higher chance of IPL happening at Eden Gardens anytime soon. The fans will be pretty excited to witness the magic of cricket again at Eden's. With Kirtan on sound and Anvesh on camera, Prathamesh Nemunkar, EDM 24/7. Thank you.
The news of possible playoff matches in Eden Gardens surely would have been music in the ears of all Kolkata cricket fans in the town. Thanks Prathamesh for this exclusive ground report straight from Eden Gardens. Now it's time to move to the weather report. Over to you, Yashasvi.
Thank you, Aditi. The weather is likely to be hot and sunny throughout the country. The weather in the capital city of New Delhi is warm and windy. A maximum temperature of 41 degrees and a minimum of 26 degrees is expected. The weather in Mumbai remains hot and humid, with a maximum temperature of 34 degrees and a minimum of 27 degrees. The humidity could reach up to 54%. Bangalore is expected to reach a maximum of 34 degrees and a minimum of 22 degrees, with cloudy sky. Chennai will be highly humid and a maximum temperature of 33 degrees and a minimum of 28 degrees. Humidity in Kolkata can reach up to 70% with maximum temperature of 35 degrees and a minimum of 27 degrees. The overall weather is expected to remain partly cloudy. The air quality index in Kolkata stands at 173, which is extremely unhealthy. That's all from me. Over to you, Aditi.
Thank you, Yashasvi, for the weather report. Hope you guys stay hydrated and carry your umbrellas. Moving forward, we have an interesting panel discussion lined up for you. But before that, it's time for a short break. Stay tuned with EDM 24/7.
Every time you pay your credit card bills on Cred, you earn Cred coins. Use them to claim exclusive rewards and cashback. Now that's as crazy as imagining Kapil Dev act like Ranveer.
Hey! Wow! Come on, boys! Oh, betting thake liye chote. Drinks break!
सर आप गेम को सीरियसली ले रहे हैं?
You tell me. पूछ तेरी मौसी से क्या हुआ 83 में?
Welcome back. You are watching EDM 24/7. PM Modi on Sunday said, and I quote, "COVID-19 is a Behrupiya disease. We never know when it will surface again." The new XE variant has entered our nation and has infected 2 citizens. Some nations are already imposing lockdowns. Is another COVID wave around the corner? We'll discuss in our panel discussion, but before that we have Dr. Sumit Kumar Kataria, Surveillance Medical Officer at World Health Organization with us over the phone. Hello Dr. Kataria. Thanks for your valuable time. Can you please tell us how is the new variant different from Omicron?
The new subvariant XE is just a subtype of Omicron. Like the earlier variants were BA1 and BA2, which actually both got mutated into this new variant. So this new variant essentially is Omicron, but it is a recombinant mutant of Omicron.
Okay. And what are the symptoms of COVID XE variant?
As of now, there is no evidence of that the symptoms of XE variant are different from the already existing variants. So the symptoms which are reported so far are fatigue, lethargy, fever, some headache, body pains, and in some severe cases some palpitations with heart issues.
And what has WHO to say on the new COVID variant XE?
The WHO says that this hybrid strain was first detected in the UK in January, and it could be more transmissible and is estimated to spread 10% more easily than the BA2, which itself was more transmissible than the original Omicron.
So thank you Dr. Kataria for sparing your valuable time with us. That was Dr. Kataria from WHO. We take this discussion forward with our guests in the studio. We have with us Dr. Dattatreya, who worked as a frontline warrior in second wave, and Miss Moma Das, who was a Red volunteer in the second wave with us. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
So I have a couple of questions. The first one would be, with the ease of all of the restrictions, do you think there's a new COVID wave coming soon?
See, the normal character of the virus is to come in waves. It's like any respiratory viruses, and there is no other options but to ease these restrictions, no, because normal life has to come back, and we are seeing that the economy is also picking up somewhat, which is good for the overall health of the country, economic, mental and physical health. So there is no point in uh, reimposing these restrictions. When the if and when another wave happens, at the correct point of time, in a phased manner, in a particular place, there might be needed to be impose some restrictions.
And what precautions do you think that can help to curb a new outbreak?
See, precautions like masks and sanitizers, I should say that mask is like an umbrella. When it's raining, you use an umbrella, no. But now it's not raining, so now we are not using masks, and it's right to do it like that. When their cases will be increasing again, then we can use masks again, and we can do proper sanitizing and physical distancing. But now I think let's continue as it is.
So what do you think? How can we maintain our physical mental health during the COVID crisis?
When the lockdown is happening, we should be at home, and आप घर बैठ के जो भी चाहे, आप अपनी खुशी के लिए जो भी कुछ कर सकते हैं. आप गाना सुनिए, आप अपने क्लोज पर्सन के साथ फ़ोन पे बात करें, आप सोशल मीडिया यूज़ करें, लोगों की हेल्प करने की सोचें, और जो भी आपकी खुद की काम तो आपको करना ही है. हमारी ज़रूरत, रेगुलर लाइफ की जो ज़रूरत है वो हमें पूरी करना है, तो वो टाइम हमको निकालना है जो लॉकडाउन के समय से हम कर रहे हैं, वैसी तरह.
And do you think a curfew or a lockdown is a viable option right now?
Right now there is no need. So what we have seen is like generally in the last 3 broad waves, like India has succeeded the European wave by 1 month. Generally I am speaking. In Omicron it was a bit earlier because it spread much faster. So right now in Europe also there is no universal wave. Some places we are seeing, like in UK, it is increasing. But still one thing we have to take in mind, that the cases are increasing, but there is a decoupling between the number of cases and the number of deaths and hospitalizations, which is not increasing. That's why they are not imposing a global lockdown, unlike in China or in Hong Kong, which has imposed a total lockdown and it has shattered their economies. In Shanghai especially, what is happening for the last 2 weeks, that's not something that should be happening here. So lockdown should be smart, it should be targeted, and we should not rush into a lockdown at this point.
So whom do you think we should contact during a COVID emergency? Who can we contact?
If you need, we are always for you. We have a app called Red Volunteer. You can find there your area, and there is list of numbers of ours, and you can call any of us. We should take the case and we will follow you the right one. And for the further you have to consult a doctor, and we have the list of doctors as well. We are very concerned about the doctor we need and the precaution like oxygens, oximeters. We should follow that.
And how do you think we should get the message out about booster doses? How can we make people more aware? Any other option apart from the caller tunes?
See, this booster dose thing also, I don't think it is right now a very very emergency kind of a necessity, like everyone needs booster doses. I don't think it like that.
Okay. So unfortunately that is all the time that we have today. Thank you Dr. Dattatreya, and thank you Ms. Moma. We urge all to take necessary precautions and wish good health. That's all for today's bulletin. For more such latest and fastest national and international news, keep watching EDM 24/7.